up, what up, what up?
Ooh.
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 Ty, the other day I was in a bit of a mood. Okay. I was driving with my girl. I was in a bit of a pickle, just like
Mm.
not really happy. Just, driving along. And I think Bae sensed it. So she actually put on the podcast in the car.
Ooh. Woof. That's
Woof.
cringy.
Woof is right. But it was just me and her, and we're cruising, and it put me in such a good mood just hearing my own voice, Ty. I don't know what it
Mm-hmm.
is, but I just started laughing. I was laughing along to our podcast, and you know, it made me realize that we're really out here bringing joy to people.
You know, if you're a Subway patron, I think you have to be a little bit self-centered because anybody who walks in the Subway is there to make a sandwich for themselves. And I think
Hmm.
that was like the same energy that you had listening to this podcast in your, what do you drive, a Honda Civic?
No, I was in a G wagon, the G63 Ty, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, you're right. It is funny because like not only do I like make my own sandwich for myself at Subway, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm like making my own podcast to listen to when I'm driving on Highway 1.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty
You have
awesome,
to,
isn't it?
I mean, yeah, you want to like architect the world the way you want to live in it, right?
Hmm. It's really a choose your own adventure situation.
Mm-hmm. DIY lifestyle, like the media you consume, this home you live in, it should be all a byproduct of your own, a reflection of your taste, quite literally and emotionally.
Wow, you are correct, sir. Um, how are you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. How's Ty doing? I'm surviving. I'm calling in from my family home in the interior of British Columbia. Easter weekend rolled around, and as it does, I'm beckoned to my family home for that weekend. I,
Yes.
uh,
You know,
I, yeah.
I know you're at home because of, the virtual background that you have going on here in Zoom. As soon as Ty visits any family home, it's, you know, some random image behind him and not his actual surroundings. Um, so I was a dead giveaway, but I can relate.
Well, this is the biggest problem, Eric, is that there's no such thing as a cool family home. All family homes have uncool environments in them, bad lighting, uh, questionable decorative decisions and paint colors. So the virtual background is probably designed specifically for work from parents' home.
Exactly. If I have the option to, show a nice image of Subway, or show, the color that my parents have painted the walls, I'm probably just gonna go for the image of Subway because I feel more at home there.
Home is where my mouth is salivating. Home is where I'm
Home is
hungry.
where exactly. I get hungry as soon as I step into those green and yellow doors, Ty.
Damn. Yeah. I don't know. I just think like there's this thing where like at a certain age you just stop furnishing your home. You just like you have enough furniture and you just tap out of like consumerism in like you never go to Home Sense again, you know? Like IKEA is
Hmm.
completely off your radar. Like I was like in a room in this house the other day and I was like looking through some old pictures and there was a picture of Ty as a baby. And you better believe that I look just as adorable as I do now.
Hmm.
And in the
Still got that baby
background,
face.
yeah, in the background of this photo, Eric, was a pillowcase on it. I looked
Hmm.
at the pillow in the photo, and then I looked behind me, and the pillow with the same pillowcase was on the bed in the room I was in. So that pillowcase is like 25 years old.
Holy shit. So so you're telling me, Ty, that somebody bought this pillow and then they said, why would I ever go to HomeSense again? I have pillows.
I have pillows. I don't need to go to a home store.
Hmm.
And I think that's just like the like maturity for like graph of like all homes. It's kind of the same thing as like you go into Subway and you're like, I'll get the lettuce and it's just as brown as it was yesterday. It hasn't changed, you know? It's like
Hmm.
it's bottomed out.
Hmm. Not only are you still getting a lettuce that's been bottomed out, but you're also getting the same sandwich every time now, bro.
Yeah.
Like, in our younger years, we might be more open to experimenting, getting a
Mhm.
little meatball situation, getting a little falafel. I guess back then the menu was different, but now, Ty, it's all about maturity. We're going for the same consistent sandwich because I don't need that hectic change in my life anymore. I just want to
Mhm.
hit cruise control and worry about other things.
Yeah, it's something weird about just human nature. It's something about like the neurodivergence with age that encourages people to stop diversifying and start optimizing. And I don't know when that shift happens, but I'm afraid of it, Eric. I'm a breadth boy. I'm a divergence daddy, and I don't. I love at the way I love to mix it up. You know, I make a vegetable medley every time. Salad du jour on my bread, and I don't want it any other way.
Holy fuck, I'm losing it, Ty. Um, wow, speaking of being neurodivergent, how was Coachella, bro? How was the Revolve party at
Oh,
Coachella?
dude. Oh, I forgot. Yeah, shit. I guess summer has finally started. We had week one in the books of Coachella. Yo, I'm kind of over it, man. I realized this weekend, I'm looking at Instagram of all these people taking similar looking photos at sunset in the Coachella Valley, and I realized that all this charade is, Eric, is unimportant people like you and I watching pseudo important people at an event, watching actually important people lip sync. That's all
Hmm.
Coachella is. There's like layers of importance kind of gravitating outward, and
Hmm.
we're all outside the club looking in.
Yeah, we're hating outside the club, Ty, and I'm ashamed to admit it, but that's just because, Grey Goose didn't, drop the check to let Think Fresh boys pull up. But huge miss on their part, if you ask me. It could have been Sneaky Danon or
Hmm.
something, or one of those companies could have sent us. Maybe that would be,
Hmm.
a little oikos.
Mhm. Like,
Um,
where's the yogurt? Where's the yogurt? We're part of the yogurt family, but
yeah,
they're not really don't got us in their will, you know?
mhm, exactly. We're in the big dairy mafia, and the fact that they didn't send us over is a bit of a
Mhm.
slap in the nuts. But Ty, you're right. It's just like basically just influencer Olympics. Like if you consider yourself an influencer, and note my choice of words. I'm not saying influencer. I'm saying
Mhm.
influencer. If you're an influencer, you're not there. Like you might as well just quit. Like you haven't
Mhm.
like really committed your life to the craft of posting shit, getting free products, and posting them.
Mhm. Yeah, I feel like that's basically like the South by Southwest of influencers. It's your annual conference. It's your Cannes festival
Exactly.
for this weird strain of creative that we call the influencer.
I think like the entire year is spent basically like networking. So if you're an
Mhm.
influencer type, you're spending the entire year basically creating these connections so that you can like flex them all at Coachella. Okay.
Mhm.
Coachella is like the NBA finals for, if you're like got a fat ass and an Instagram account.
Totally. It's the all-star weekend of tagging people in your carousel. And
All-Star Weekend, funnily enough, is the Olympics for thotties in any given city. But influencers high, it's all about Coachella.
it's a fact. And honestly, I think next year I would recommend they just get rid of the music altogether and just focus on being the social media conference that it is.
Hmm. It totally is. And I actually like realized this. I was looking at the photos as well on Instagram, and I found that whenever like a real concert photo came up, I just like immediately skipped it. I was like, I don't
Mhm.
want to care about this. Like, I don't want to see like what like Doja Cat's doing. Like, I
Mhm.
want to see like your ass cheeks.
Yeah, dude, I watched like 10 seconds of an 88 Rising stream, and then I thought, I actually just want to see Fitz, you know?
Exactly. It's like I want to see fucking Emma Leger with a like black leather tank top. Like that's what I want to see.
Shout out to Emma Leger, friend of the pod.
Friend of the pod, Emma. What is she good at? We don't know yet. Just
No
hosting
idea.
fits.
I think so. Being worldwide, global. And you know, the other problem with Coachella, Eric, is that they consider themselves an arts festival, but the two arts that we specialize in were completely absent from their tasting notes of the weekend, their menu. No culinary leaders, culinary influencers. I didn't see any mention of the art of fine dining there, despite
Mm-hmm.
being uh, adjacent to a foodie hub of Los Angeles. And
Well,
also, yeah,
Ty,
no,
that
I'll,
is
I'll,
a.
I'll let you respond.
You'll
Let's
allow it.
reflect on that.
Ty, let me just hop in here on your first point.
Hmm.
You're missing the point because these people don't eat. There's no eating happening at Coachella, Ty. We're in the desert. We're burning calories. We're in a caloric deficit all weekend, and that's the beauty of
Hmm.
it. We're there losing weight and taking pics. No one can afford to have a food belly or a food baby for even a minute out in the desert because you never
You're
know
right.
when the Daily Hive is gonna snap a photo of your Audi and
Hmm.
and
We're
then
not talking about the Quattro.
exactly.
Damn, that's a really rock solid extra toasted point, Eric, because you're getting toasted out there in the desert. It's both a food desert and a desert desert. Like,
Hmm.
if you're eating in April at all leading up to Coachella, you're making a, once again, influencer mistake 101.
Hmm.
It's
Exactly.
it's a it's a fasting event, really. So
Yeah.
fair enough.
What's your second point? What else is missing? Podcasts?
You took the words right out of my cute little mouth. Where are all the podcasters at, Eric? With big bodies push to make podcasting the new, basically the new music. You'd think that they would at least set up a small stage for a few like middle famous podcasters to do a
Hmm.
live shtick.
Well, the problem, Ty, is nobody wants to fuck a podcaster yet. Yet.
Mm.
Unless you're Joe Rogan. That guy's everyone wants to fuck Joe Rogan, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's just yeah, I get that. Yeah, but it's not like you want to fuck most of the musicians. Like you want to get lay down with Swedish House Mafia, Eric?
You don't?
No. Well, I, I've never really considered it. I've considered it as much as I considered ordering the seafood medley, which is weak moments late at night.
Exactly. Weak moments late at night. Sounds like a weekend song.
Yeah, it
Wow.
does.
Well, Ty, I think there is an opportunity in the future for Subway to have a kind of like a food truck situation
Hmm.
in the desert. You know, the ingredients there don't require any kind of like liquid. It's a dry
Hmm.
offering. Um, and I think it could be really easy to make a sandwich and, have that in the desert. What say you?
Yeah, if you're smart enough with your eating habits, you could probably stretch 1 foot long out the whole weekend.
Hmm.
Interestingly enough, I actually think Subway ingredients might fare better in a warmer climate because every time I visit in the kind of mediocre climate of Vancouver, all the vegetables are really soft and mushy and wet. And I think it's
Hmm.
what they're doing is they're absorbing the moisture in the air around us.
Yuck.
And it's like, yeah, it's a catalyst to the decomposition process. But if we were in the hot, steamy sun of the Coachella Desert, I think that might just dry out the veggies a little bit to so they can kind of like regain some of their like natural texture.
Hmm. You're absolutely right, Ty. It's a real soggy experience out here. And
Hmm.
just the thought of like the air, like thinking about the people who dine in at Subway, they're breathing out air, and that air is making its way into my tomato.
Mm.
I just don't know if I can stand for that anymore, Ty.
We need more open air ways. That's what we need. Open air subways so that there's
Hmm.
no CO2 from the other patrons getting
Hmm.
anywhere near my veggie sub.
Hmm. You know, I was watching the show Chernobyl last night with Bay, and it got me thinking like maybe Subway does need some sort of containment dome,
Mm,
just like on top of like, you know, the veggies and like all the ingredients. That way there's no like air coming in or out. There's no, nuclear poison leaking from the salami out into the
mm-hmm,
world. It's just like fully contained, and you have like a sandwich artist wearing a hazmat suit,
mm-hmm,
just like assembling your sandwich. That way, no germs can get in.
mm-hmm.
But who knows? Maybe it's the germs that give it all the flavor. We don't really know that.
Yeah, I'm sure there's good germs and bad germs, kind of like good fats and bad fats. Like a positive bacterial infestation is how we get that Greek yogurt sponsorship, right?
Exactly. Good molds, like in blue cheese, for example.
Hmm. Or on the shredded cheese. It
Yeah,
has a little
exactly.
bit of
That's
that good
bad
mold.
mold.
I'm pretty sure it's good. It's worked in there. It adds a bit of a pungency.
Nice little funk.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I agree that there's like definitely a hygienic issue at Subway, but I don't think that's unique to Subway. I think that's a symptom of a fast food industry, industrial complex optimized for capitalism, not the health of their consumer. But uh,
Hmm.
that's just what do I know?
Hmm. Yeah, at least they don't, paint on like the grill marks like they do at McDonald's.
Do they do that? Do they have burger artists painting in the back?
They have literal burger artists in the back, painting like little flakes for the sesame seeds on top. Um,
Hmm.
yeah, Ty, I don't know. The patty itself, have you ever just taken it out and looked at it?
I try not to, man. I try to suck that thing back.
Oh yeah.
No, no looking, no tasting, no smelling.
Hmm.
I would actually be better if they could just inject McDonald's directly into my stomach, like via like some sort of like sandwich IV.
Mm. I would take the approach of a classic eating disorder and
Mm.
just take a big bite, chew it up, and spit it out because I don't want that thing entering me. I just want to taste it, you know?
Mm-hmm. Rejected at the door. That's very dietary divergent of you.
Yeah, I'm all about these like new age diets, Ty, where you get the pleasure of actually consuming the horrible shit. Like
Mm-hmm.
maybe I have an IV of like some broccolini going into my armpit while I'm
Mm-hmm.
chewing on the McDonald's McDouble and I just spit it right out. But I do get the
Mm-hmm.
broccolini at the same time. So I'm eating, but I'm not eating what you think I'm eating.
That's beautiful. You're finding an equilibrium. That's what's happening. I,
Hmm.
I do have to confess to you, Eric. I did eat a McPlant last week.
Oh
Actually, I'll be
no.
honest with you. I hit it twice,
Oh
back to
no.
back
Same
McPlants,
night?
and
Did it twice in
no,
the
two
same night,
nights in a
Ty?
row. No, it was a bit
Damn.
of a weekend bender.
Damn. Are you having a sneaky link?
Sneaky link over at Mickey D's. No,
Yeah, dude.
it was just a one-time week moment. I saw the ad plastered on the glass of the McDonald's, and I needed to investigate. I need to know what's happening in the faux meat scene.
Um,
So I took it for a spin.
so how does it compare to the Impossible? Is this like a burger or what are we eating here? Walk me through it.
Yeah, yeah. So the McPlant, despite its name, has nothing to do with plants. It's a burger. It's basically a Big Mac, but with some sort of truly mystery meat in it or mystery meat-like substance.
Okay.
And I would say that it tastes basically like your kind of classic McDonald's burger. You got shreddis in there. You got some sort of warm, savory patty. You got that special Big Mac sauce, and maybe a loose pickle, and and
There's
and
always a
that
loose
like
slice of pickle.
that loose slice of pickle, and then of course a seedy bun. I realize that other fast foods aren't as like, um, I guess, direct and descriptive with their bread offering. Like they don't even say it's on a bun. You just kind of figure that out when you order it.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a picture of a piece of bread with seeds.
Mm-hmm. I just assume that this has been baked.
Hmm. So I do appreciate Subway's attention to detail and like uh, a celebration of nuance with the herb and cheese bread, despite the lack of specificity of both the herb and the cheese.
I know.
I uh
Um,
I also realized that with the McPlant, and maybe this is a like a you tell me that this is a pattern with their fast food, but there's like whole lot of brown happening with the meal, like outside of fries with it. It's just a whole lot of brown. You could call
mm.
me Playboy Carby with how much brown I was eating. Whole lot of bread.
Damn it. Damn it, dude. I think you're right, but that's just been, I don't think that's just fast food. Like, that's all food in general. Like, all the good food has always been brown.
Mhm,
Potatoes, fried stuff, any kind of bread. You know what I mean?
mhm,
Like, if I'm at a buffet, if I'm, in Mexico at a all you
mhm,
can eat buffet and I'm loading up my plate with whatever I want, better believe it's all brown.
mhm. Yeah, me too. And I don't know why brown has asserted itself as the dominant color on the plate. Like something about it just looks so good.
Hmm. I know, fuck a rainbow diet. Like, give me some brown food. Like, I want like different shades of brown. Like, I want some dark brown. I want some,
Mhm,
light brown,
mm.
some middle brown.
Bit of beige maybe even.
Yeah, even let's go with yeah, some beige, some tempura brown,
Yeah.
a little bit of beef brown,
I like a few different
brown
textures of
butter.
brown too. I like brown sauce, brown protein, brown breading, brown
Mm-hmm.
sides, crispy
Mm-hmm.
browns.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Soft browns, mushy browns, wet
I feel like
browns.
this is like how we're describing the British diet.
Yeah, exactly. This is a British or was it like British breakfast? Is that what it's called?
Hmm. Yeah, the crispy
Just brown,
browns,
brown
the
shit on the
mushy
plate.
browns. Yeah.
It's like brown beans, like some dark liquid. Like what the fuck is that?
Hmm.
Oh, would you like some mushy peas? Excuse me. Would you like some fucking mushy peas on your fucking lunch, bruv? Are you stupid, fam?
Uh,
Are you fucking stupid fucking cunt, bruv?
damn, that was really good,
That's me
Eric.
ordering. That's me ordering a fucking breakfast when I'm in London.
Yeah, and you fit right in there. You don't want to be accent divergent when
Shut the fuck up, bro.
abroad. You want to blend in, wear
When I
brown, eat
am
brown.
abroad, when
Hmm.
I'm being abroad,
You're dabbling in being abroad.
when I'm transitioning Thai and I'm
Hmm.
dabbling in being abroad, I am talking about my mushy fucking cunt.
Hmm. You're transitioning to other places, other walks of life,
Hmm.
other meals.
Exactly. Give me some mushy fucking cunt on my fucking toast, bro.
Oh man, it would be so hard to be an artist in the UK because all the vegetables would spoil and and, and there wouldn't be much creativity. I can't imagine there being much creativity there.
Hmm. Like, you're really gonna go to London, UK, and be like at Subway, like, can I get a side of crisps?
Hmm.
Like, what?
I wonder if they play into that. Like, if you think about the shredis era, think about the lettuce. The lettuce comes into the store green, and then it enters your sandwich somewhere between becoming green and brown. But I'd imagine there's like nobody in London wants fresh lettuce. That's a foreign entity to them. That's some California shit.
Yeah,
Uh,
being healthy is some Western propaganda bullshit. Give me
it
some
is
fucking
propaganda
hardworking brown lettuce.
yeah, we don't want any of that new world bullshit.
Yeah.
So at a certain point, the lettuce must stale enough to become appealing to
Hmm.
the British palate. I wonder if
Hmm.
that's the case with most of the vegetables. They're just like they let them age. They love aged shit there. They're like, this is aged cask. We've been
Exactly.
making this flat beer in the basement of our pub for
Hmm.
15 months. Would you like a glass?
Yeah,
A
of this
warm glass.
shitty fucking warm water that's been
Hmm.
fermenting in my ass.
Yeah, we have the audacity to call it beer,
Yeah.
but it's just sludge.
Yeah. I mean, give me some of that brown avo. I would love some
Mm-hmm.
brown avo. So one, it matches my teeth.
Mm-hmm.
And also it's soft enough for me to chew with just my gums.
Yeah. Nobody nobody in the UK gets their sandwich toasted. They need to be able to gum it down nice and slowly. Gum that
Either
brown down.
you either are gumming it down at Subway in London or you're
Mm-hmm.
gumming up some fucking free food in downtown east side of Vancouver. You do one or the other.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's two types of gummers.
You know what they
Brush your
say
teeth,
about gummers,
breadheads.
Ty? They give good head.
Is that what? Well, we got some breadheads listening. That I'd probably tap into that advice.
Some breadheads are tapping into that market, that's for sure.
Yeah.
No, that's a wet
Well,
market.
that's a wet market. Well, if you are interested in a brown footlong, you can head to Browntown, aka London, England, and make yourself a sandwich. I'm sure you won't be disappointed. If you
Oh,
love
okay,
trying
that's
new
funny.
things, head over to Browntown.
That's right, Ty. Um, Ty, before we close out today, I need to tell you about this show I've been watching on the old Netflix. Um,
Okay, we'll make time for that.
we need some time for this. Have you seen The Ultimatum?
Is this the marriage one where just like a bunch of like sixes and sevens get together and question their relationship?
Mm-hmm. Seven, they're only a seven because they're committed in a relationship. In the
Mm,
free market, they would be a five.
Eric finds commitment attractive.
I am attracted to security, yes, just like any old woman. Um, but Ty, you're right. Why is it that this show exists? Like, you really got some sixes and sevens out here being like, marry me or fuck off.
Yeah, TV
Have you
does
seen
crazy
this
things to
show?
people. I watched about 5 minutes of the first episode. I didn't get any deeper than that, but it seems like
Dude,
a pretty interesting social experiment. Tell me what's your takeaway from it, Eric?
well, Ty, it's full of surprises, and I urge you to watch it because, um, yeah, some really shocking stuff comes out, and it's just like a wild ride. It's a roller coaster. It's not like any of these other TV shows, like, Too Hot to Handle, where you just know they're gonna do something and it
Hmm.
happens, and then you're supposed to act surprised.
Hmm.
Or, Temptation Island, where, eventually they like cheat on their partner, and then the partner sees it and they have a meltdown. None of that
Hmm.
happens here. There's all kinds of cheating happening, but the partners are okay with it because they're just sick of each other, and it's pretty entertaining.
It really makes me realize that like the kind of concept of a relationship is in need of maybe a redesign for 21st century lifestyles.
Are you talking about we want to see more than one sandwich artist?
I'm not sure what I'm suggesting yet, but I think like the fact that this show exists for a subset of people, and seems to actually be helping them navigate their relational qualms tells me that we maybe need to, as a society, revisit what a relationship means. Like maybe people jump into it too quickly now. The sanctity of marriage is um, not something you want to take lightly.
You're right. I don't know where they found these people because they're all like 25. Like they're
Hmm.
all like younger than you and I, Ty. And they're like giving their partner the ultimatum, saying like, "You have to marry me, or else we're done." It's like how do you even get to that point? Like if you need to ask that of your partner, it's like something's up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, something's up. No doubt. Like you think they could resolve it before it got to that point. That's the thing. It's like you don't decide you hate your footlong sandwich at the sauce. Like you're going down the wrong path, and you need to make steps to mitigate before then.
Hmm. Exactly. It's like any bad sandwich is a series of bad decisions.
Mm-hmm.
It's never like the artist's fault. You made the sandwich.
Mm-hmm.
It starts with the bread pie. It starts with the bread, it goes into the meats, cheese, veggies, sauce. The fact that you let it get that far is a reflection of you, the creative director.
Yeah, it really is. And you can only blame yourself because you should have seen the green flags, green and yellow flags that were taking you down that path to a shitty sandwich.
Absolutely. And then once you are always facing the ultimatum. You always have to tell yourself, it's like, do I buy a sandwich or do I like leave? Like,
Do
because
I
you
walk
can't start
away?
over. At that
You can
point,
walk.
yeah, you can walk, but at that point, you can't start over. Like, you gotta make a tough decision, and that can be a hard inch to swallow.
Yeah. Do I abort or do and walk out? Am I a deadbeat sandwich daddy? Do I leave this artist to raise this sandwich all alone?
Wow, wow. Out here raising appetites.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. So, I mean, yeah, Ty, you're faced with an ultimatum, and if you leave, then you're no more satisfied than you were coming into it.
You'll just go to the next artist, go to the next franchise down the block and
hmm
try again with a different footlong.
hmm They should have a rule in order to incentivize like working through problems and
Mm-hmm.
communicating with your sandwich artist. They should implement a rule where if you need for any reason to restart your sandwich, you got to go to the back of the line. Yeah, no problem. You can restart here, but you have to go to the very back and you got to pay for this sub right here, and I'm going to eat it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, there needs to be repercussions for sure.
hmm
I'd imagine though, like if someone wasted too many resources by bailing on sandwiches for too long, they might end up on like a no toast list,
hmm
which it's kind of like your bar watch or no flies list. That I'm sure you're on both those, so you're no stranger. You walk in it anyway, and they say, Eric, your picture's on the wall. We don't need any more bad sandwiches from your little brain, your neurodivergent brain."
Can you please explain to me what the fuck neurodivergent means?
I don't know, man. You tell me.
I want you to tell me. You were saying it. You said it 3 times this episode.
Did I? I don't really remember that at all. I think it
Damn,
means like
neurodivergent Ty once
think
again.
to think different. It means thinking fresh, Eric. It means people who think fresh.
And on that bombshell, Ty, we are 153 episodes deep into
Hey.
this.
Yes, 153, going on 154 later this week. So thank you to the breadheads for following along on this journey with us from meat to seat. That's I just came up with that. That's pretty good, hey? From meat to seat. Because you sit down to eat the sandwich and the meat's the first thing you add. From bread to dead.
Wow. From malign to feeling fine.
Nice. Wow. Wowie.
Amazing, Ty. Well, speak to you later this week. And to the breadheads out there, think fresh.
Ciao.
Bye.